Welcome to our YouTube channel named IBA. So this session is going to be about introduction to data structures and algorithm. This is session O, which means it's a basic session where I'll introduce you to data structures and algorithm. This is divided into two parts. Part 1 will contain why to learn data structures and algorithm, what is data structures, types of data structures, and in part 2 video we will be learning about what is algorithm, how to design an algorithm, and examples of algorithm. Let's not waste our time, we'll rush to our part 1 video. Why to learn data structures and algorithm? Basically to write a code which is optimized and scalable. This means that we should know which data structures. There are many types of data structures, okay? So we should know which type of data structures to be used in which algorithm. So there are many algorithms also. So which type of data structures to be in which algorithm in a given constraints. Then the code which we are writing, it should run fast and requires a less storage. For that we need a data structures and algorithm. Always remember, time is precious and memory is costly. So we want to write a code which runs faster and which requires less storage. And if you can write a code which runs faster, requires less storage, then you have obviously your programming skills are sharp and you can solve the real-time scenarios. If you know data structures and algorithm, you will be able to solve any real-time problem. Now the fifth important point to why to learn data structures and algorithms is because to crack the job interviews, university placement, job interviews, all those you will be bombarded with the questions from data structures and algorithm. At least two questions might be asked. You will be asked a whiteboard type of a question where you will be given a whiteboard and a pen or a marker where you will need to solve the complex problems given by the recruiters or the interviewers. And if you crack that, if you solve it with the proper steps, then you will be getting selected for the developer job or a software type of position. So let's move on to what is data structure. Okay, so basic definition of what is a data structure is a data structure is a name location that can be used to store and organize data. In simple language, it is location which has name where we use that location to store and organize data. Now let's see an example. In C language, we know that array is a one type of a data structure. Now array is a collection of a memory elements in which a data is stored one after another. In other words, we can say that array stores the elements in a continuous manner. Look at this diagram or look at this picture over here. You can see the square boxes are the elements. So there are 9 elements over here. Since the first element is starting from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 9 elements over here, and the array capacity, that is this array capacity, is called as 9, and array size is called as 7. In this case it is 7 because the data in the element, that is 2, 8, 15, 7, that is 7 blocks, 7 elements are filled. So array size is 7. So there are different types of data structures. Now you can see in this data structure, one element is connected to only one element, one after the other. So it is in a continuous manner. So this is an array data structure. Let's move on the types of data structure. Now in this types of data structure, it is divided into two parts: primitive data structure and non-primitive data structure. In primitive data structure, it holds a single value. Always remember, it holds a single value. They are previously defined in a programming language. Those are integer, real, float, character, boolean types of. And in non-primitive data structure, non-primitive data structure holds multiple values and they are not previously defined. The programmer needs to define those values, the programmer needs to define those data structures, and in that non-primitive data structure we have it further divided into linear data structures and non-linear data structures. Now what are those? In linear data structure, we saw an example earlier about an array, wherein array was the elements were placed one after the other. You can see over here, elements were placed one after the other. So these are linear. See, these are linear in a continuous manner. This is called an array. So it is a linear data structure. Similarly, there are linked list, stacks and queues. We will see it in a further videos. What are these data structure? In a non-linear data structure, they are not in a linear. That means one element is connected to one more than a one element. That means n number of elements. So one element is connected to n number of elements. For example, trees and graphs. I'll show you the diagram. Look over here. This is trees. Now this one element is connected to two other elements. It is not only connected to one element, it is connected to two other elements. Like that, it can be connected to any n number of elements. So this type of data structure is called as a non-linear data structure. So this is trees. This is an example of trees. Data structures are also divided into two categories. Those are static data structures and dynamic data structures. Always remember, static data structures means memory size is fixed and dynamic data structures means memory size is varied. It can be increased or decreased. Static data structures memory size is allocated during compile time, and dynamic data structures memory size is allocated during runtime. Static data structure, the data can be changed but not the size. Okay, static data structure doesn't mean that data also cannot be changed. Data can be changed in the data structure but not the size. Size is fixed previously during the compile time. And in dynamic data structure, the size of an element of a data structure varies according to the data that we are going to input. Example is trees, and in static data structure example is an array. There are different operations performed on data structures. We will look at them one by one. The searching, sorting, insertion, updation, deletion. Searching in itself means if we want to search any elements in a data structure, then we use this type of operation to search that. Suppose in an array we want to search a particular element. To search that particular element, we use the searching operation. For sorting, to sort an array in an ascending order or in a descending order, we use this type of operation, which is called as sorting. Insertion. Insertion means we want to insert any type of an element. Suppose we want to insert 2, we want to insert 5, or any type of element in between the two elements, or we use this type of operation called as insertion. Updation. Updation is a type of an operation we use when we want to update a particular element with a value that we want. We want to update that value, then we use this type of operation called as updation. Deletion. Deletion is the operation that we use to delete a particular value or particular element from an data structure. So if you want to delete one element from a data structure, we use operation called as deletion. Now, what are the advantages of data structure? There are three three basic advantages of data structure is that efficiency. First, efficiency means it makes the programs very efficient in terms of time and space. Always remember that time is precious and the space or the memory is costly. So it makes our program efficient. Reusability. Everyone, me, you, everyone can use this data structure. Okay, it can be used by many people. So it is multiple client programs can use the data structure. So reusability is one of the advantage. Again, abstraction. Abstractions means the client cannot see the internal working of the data structure. Client won't be able to see what the data structure, how is it is going to work. The client can only see this interface. So that is also one of the advantage. So thank you for watching this video, and we will see you in the next video for the part 2 of introduction to data structures and algorithm, where I'll be teaching you all about the algorithm.